I, 33F, think my son, 16, may be gay. Just some background info. I've been a single mother my whole life, and I have my one but a day I fucked up a son, who shall remain nameless, that I love very much. My son has his friends over quite often, and I would say I am fairly close with all of them. They all seem very comfortable around me, which is kinda my goal. But him and his friends have always acted gay towards each other, which I've just always seen as them just messing around and stuff, especially because I've seen on TikTok the jokes where it's about acting gay around the boys. And just to add, if he is LGBTQ+, I would have no problem with it at all. But earlier, he left his phone on the table and he got a message. And normally I'm not nosy and I don't go through his phone, but for whatever reason it just caught my attention and I read it. It was by a boy that I have never heard of before, and the text was a little romantic/sexual, so I stopped reading in case it was personal. So I was wondering if I should maybe ask him about the message, or just act like it never happened, or maybe start throwing in some hints that I 100% support the LGBTQ+ community and I would support him too if he came out as LGBTQ+, because the text was from someone I've never heard him talk about, and it just feels different. It doesn't sound like how his friends text him, but he also has never seemed gay. So maybe I just have a bias in my head that I should try to get rid of. But nonetheless, this hasn't changed how I see him, and I love him just as much, and he means the world to me and I don't know what I would do without him. He's my best friend. So any advice would be appreciated. Edit, this got a lot bigger than I expected, and I was going to try to reply to everyone, but there are too many comments to reply to everyone. But I have read every single notification that I got in my inbox. Just love him. Leave him alone. Don't start overdoing support of LGBTQ+. Just be. He'll talk when he is ready. Alright. I just know how hard it can be to come out. And I also know how hard it is for him to talk with me about personal issues. So I just want to make sure I do as much for him as I can without doing too much. Thanks, smile. Definitely don't say anything about the message because even coming from a place of love you shouldn't have read the text. Let him figure it out in his own time. 2 hearts. You sound like a lovely mother, open-minded and very willing to learn. Smile. If you want to subtly hint that you're okay with it, don't overdo it. For instance, if you happen to see like a commercial or a show with a gay couple, you could say something very simple and quick like, "Oh, they're such a cute couple." And don't dwell on it, really. That kind of subtlety is okay. Honestly, don't do anything direct. Let him come to you with it. If you haven't had the talk with him yet, make sure you do so. Keep a box of condoms under the sink for him. Make sure he knows that safe sex is always important. And make sure he knows he can come to you with questions and stuff. Hey, if you ever have any questions, ask me. And if it's too uncomfortable to ask face to face, then ask me in a text or something like that. We've already had the talk. And another Redditor also recommended keeping condoms under the sink. Is this just a common thing? I would leave him alone for sure. 16 I was starting to believe I wasn't heterosexual, but I wasn't entirely sure. I'm openly bi now BTW. Bringing it up might confuse him. Let him explore it on his own if he is a part of the LGBTQ+ community. I always say the mother knows before anyone does, so I would definitely wait until he brings it up if he ever does. I'm glad you're supportive. That honesty makes the world. Let him figure it out on his own. Just make sure he knows that you love and accept him no matter what, and you will be doing the best thing you can for him. I just want to make sure that he knows that I love him and I will support him no matter what, but I don't want to overdo it, you know? A girl, 22F, I've been talking for a short while, has recently lost her dog. I, 24M, thought about doing something to help cheer her up a little. Is this a dumb idea? Hi, I met a girl on Tinder a couple weeks ago and she's a really amazing person. We have so much in common, it's kinda insane, and because of COVID we haven't been able to go on a real date. Minecraft dates have become the replacement until such a time as it's safe to go see her. But her dog died recently and she is very upset about it. I feel slightly helpless and Terry's only so much talking about it can do. I wanted to do something to show that I care. Is it a dumb idea to build a dog house in our Minecraft world named after the dog she lost as a surprise for when she logs in next? I was going to put a sign on it that says "so you always have a place to visit" or something along those lines. I'm torn on whether it's a good idea or a stupid one. I don't want to upset her even more. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Edit 1. Thank you for all the comments. I feel confident that it'll be a good idea now. I'll post a picture as an edit when it's done and maybe another with her reaction, but I'm not entirely sure when she'll feel up to playing again. I'll see what I can do. Edit 2. Picture of the completed doghouse. I tried my best to make it look good. Imho, this is honestly the sweetest thing I've ever heard. It's never a bad idea to make an effort to ease a fellow human's pain. In fact, I'd say it's our collective duty to help each other. Honestly, that's kinda fucking wholesome and cute. It can go either way. If you really wanna do it up, I say go for it. Do this, then keep doing stuff like this. My family got COVID again because they are stupid. My whole household had COVID a while back, so my mom thinks she is immune forever. Her side of the family was having an Easter party and everyone in my house but me and my BF went because we weren't comfortable with that. We know how those family members are and they never wear masks and think Jesus won't let them get COVID if they pray enough. Long story short, they all, about 25 people, got it and are quarantining. My dad and mom both were sick with stomachache and lost voice. They thought they just had the stomach flu or a cold. But now the word is spreading that everyone at that party tested positive, so we think they got it again, just not as bad because they had it before. My BF and I both had slight coughs and sneezing and sore throats the past few days, so it's possible we have it too. I'm so mad at my family right now because I am also pregnant and don't want to be sick. I'm sorry your family is so dumb. Here's hoping you and your child change the generational patterns. You're going to have to tell them that you can't see them again until after COVID has died down or until they are vaccinated. It's not worth risking your baby's life. It seems like her and her boyfriend live with her family. Hope they can find a better living situation. My dad got COVID twice in 5 months. Unfortunately, he couldn't avoid it since he was in the hospital the whole time recovering from the first COVID. The second COVID killed him last month. This is not something to joke with. Your family sucks. OMG, this reminds me of my family. My stepdad got COVID and my mom had some delusion that they could sleep in the same bed together still. Apparently, that's what quarantining is to her, and she also thought that once you get it you're immune. Long story short, she ended in the hospital all because of this stupid crap. Even when she got out and she was supposed to be quarantining herself, she still didn't wear a mask or anything in the house and was inviting people over. Thankfully, I'm in the basement downstairs, but goddamn, it was one of the most effed up situations I've been in. Please go get tested for COVID or BF2. Depending on your results, ask your parents, and anyone else in the household who was at the party, to get tested as well. If they hesitate, say that you are pregnant, would be really bad for you to get COVID, so need to know if you need to isolate yourself. Even though it sounds like it's too late for that, still.